What's up, y'all? Coach here, and coming to you live with a little bit of thoughts on the NID Codex. So the other day, Eric, Chung, and myself, we did a little talk about the NID Codex, and we just went over our initial views, which a lot of people did, and went over what we thought, like right off the bat, what we noticed and whatnot. So now it's been about a week that's been out, reading the book, going through it, thinking about it, play testing a little bit. And, I got a few thoughts on it. So, when I got the NID Codex, I wanted to do it because I wanted to play like a cool, fun army. So something different. I'm playing Space Marines and Grey Knights, and I'm still expanding on my Space Marines and Grey Knights, but I wanted something totally offbeat. And I wasn't want to do Chaos or, Eldar or whatnot. So I wanted to do the Tyranids. So I really like the models. And as I'm reading through it, I had the old Codex, and I have the new Codex, and I want to go through certain things, some parallels that I did. So, as you guys know, I coach various sports and whatnot. And when I start a new season, it comes with certain, things that you have to deal with or things that you have to go through. First of all, you got players that graduate. They're not coming back. You can't use them. Then you got veterans coming back. Guys that you've had last year and they were solid. And they're going to come back and they're going to play, and they're going to do well for you. Then you have returning players who were on the team but really didn't get much time last year because some of the veterans or the guys that graduated would take their spots. And then you got guys moving up from the JV. Those guys are maybe proven on the JV level, but when it comes time to come up to the varsity level, you don't know how they're going to do. So each year presents itself with new possibilities, new challenges. And as a coach, you got to figure out a way to get the team to work together, maximize their strengths, become a cohesive unit, but how to win. And this is the way I feel about this Codex, the Tyranid Codex. Okay, so we lost the Parasite of Mortrex. I don't know, I've never used it before. But, losing the Doom, Yarmgalls, Mycetic Spores, that's tough. A lot of people used to love to take these. I know I used to love to take these. So what I have to do is, I look at those guys, those are my veterans who graduated, all right? But, Termagants, Zoanthropes, the Brood Lord, Gene Stealers, Hormagaunts. These guys are all coming back, and they're pretty solid units in the past. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I don't know how I'm going to use these, but what I was thinking is I have a bunch of the models already, and I'm just going to play with the models I have, and then little by little start to kind of filter in new models. Or, I really like the Exocrine. I really like the Horospex. I don't know how good it is, but I like it. The two flyers, the Crone and the Harpy. The Harpy was in the last book. We didn't have a model for it, but I like the Crone. I like what it's all about with the missiles and the haywire and things like that. So I just want to try it out because it's a challenge, and this game is a challenge. Now, if you're going into a game thinking that, listen, I'm just going to go and crush my opponents and make it easy, and here's the auto button, then this might not be for you. I think this Codex presents a challenge to any game player out there. Anybody who really wants to kind of dig in, dig deep, and really just say, you know what, I'm going to grab this Codex, I'm going to figure out what's good, what's not good, eliminate the bad, accentuate the good, and let's go forward and try to win some games and have fun. Now, I'm not a big tournament player, but I like to have fun, and also, being competitive, I like to win the game. So I want to take this dex, figure it out, unlock its secrets, unlock the good combinations, the bad combinations, whatever, and just make it work. So, I got a few of the guys that I've been gaming with out here. We've been talking about it. We want to make this dex work. How we're going to make it work, I don't know, but that's our quest. So right now, I'm going to read through it a little bit more, make some lists for myself, try to play test it out a little bit. And then if you're doing the same thing we're doing, or if this sounds like a good idea to you, why don't you just kind of comment below, and we'll start following each other and figure it out, because we can kind of figure it out together. I mean, I know I got some good ideas, but I'm always looking for something new, always looking for something to add to a list, to make it better, or just some strategies that you might have. Maybe you say take only Gene Stealers, and that'll work. And if it does for you, how did it work? So let's do this almost kind of like a community affair. If you like the Tyranid Codex, or if you like Tyranids in general, let's all work together to make it work, because there's a lot of naysayers out there and on the internet, and I read them and I listen to them, but, you know, their opinion is valid. But I don't want to actually subscribe to their beliefs or what this codex is all about. So I'm thinking, you know what? I've been presented a challenge. I've had in the past, I've had bad teams before. Just a little sidebar, the team that I just had was not as good as my previous few teams. We went 0-3 first season. But I'll tell you what, we decided to dig down and get the maximum potential out of my players. And a testament to them, they didn't give up. We won 6 in a row. We ended up winning the first round of playoffs, going the second round of the playoffs before the championship. And we end up losing in overtime. So these kids went from an 0-3 start to almost winning the championship. Or being in the championship, excuse me. So that's why I see this Dex. You know, it's near and dear to my heart because I love the Aliens movies, and this is where I draw the parallel. So I'm going to see how we can make it work. So what I'd like you guys to do is comment below. I'm going to put up a few videos about the NID Dex and what I'm using and what I've done and some battle reports and whatnot. And if you'd like to come along for this ride, subscribe and we'll keep in touch. You can even PM me and we'll get it going. Alright guys? So please like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe and make that comment, man, and we'll get this NID going. You never know. Maybe the NIDs will take over the meta and we'll be in Taladar every time. But let's do it together, guys, alright? Hope all is good. Hope all is well, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.